WASR 1063 rifles have cheap wood. That is absolutely true. They do. It reminds me of a while back ago. I had this old winter coat. It was my girlfriend found it at a camp from somebody had left it there. They were from out of the country, and they had showed up to work there, but they had been in the country since the winter before, and they bought it, and they just didn't need it anymore, so they left it there. And it was the ugliest thing you ever saw, but it was nice and warm, and it was perfect for walks in the woods because we were living in upstate New York. It was perfect to work on the car. It was perfect for just about anything where if it was going to get dirty or scratched up or torn, I wore it. And I loved that coat because I didn't have to worry about it. And people used to ask me why I was wearing that ugly coat, and I would literally show them by taking it off, throwing it on the ground, and jumping up and down on it. And they'd just start laughing, and I'm like, I don't have to worry about this coat. Doesn't matter what happens to this coat. You know, when it's worn out, I throw it away, and I don't worry about losing anything because I got it for free, and it was crappy when I got it. So why do I worry about it? Some of you guys know what I'm talking about. You own an old beater that you drive around. It's already got dents all over it. It runs. It gets you where you need to go. And you don't worry if somebody's going to accidentally run into you and put another dent in it. And you're pretty much, you know, it's not about the aesthetics of the car. WASR 1063 wood serves that same purpose. It basically exists, and it's the perfect wood for an AK-47. I mean, what's an AK-47 famous for? It's famous for being the gun that keeps on running, no matter what you do to it, no matter what the terrain, no matter what the weather. The WASR 1063 and other AK-47s are supposed to take it and keep on going, right? You've seen the videos where people do the abuse test on it, and they shove mud in it, they drop it into a lake, or they drop it into a big old mud puddle and submerge it in water, take it out and shoot, right? Well, do you want to have the most expensive wood on there when you're doing that? Or would you rather have some really cheap wood that you don't have to worry about scratching up or denting? I mean, it's super cheap. So if it gets scratched up, or if it just gets broken, which could happen, by the way, it's really cheap wood. It's a laminate. It's not a really good wood. You just go replace it, and you haven't really lost anything because you didn't have much in the first place. And that's what's great about it. Now, I do suggest that you put a coat of stain on it, at least one, you know, probably a couple, and polyurethane it. Or if you're like me, I use polyshades, and it does both at the same time. Put about 3 coats of bamboo mahogany on it. And then I had it on there for about, I don't know, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, before I put, you know, my aluminum foregrip and my plastic M4 style buttstock on it. But I keep this around, and you know, in my eyes, if you're a traditionalist and you want to have AK-47, your AK-47 look original, then use this wood. And don't let anybody tell you different. I mean, that guy who's got that $1,000 arsenal, when you're out there in the woods or something, and he's talking about how much better his rifle is, then, you know, you don't have to feel bad about it when you go, okay, well, let's find out. Let's go dump it in. Let's go make a mud puddle and dump it in and see how well these babies work. Because what's going to happen is that guy with the $1,000 arsenal is going to white knuckle his AK-47 and say, I don't need to do that. I know mine's better. And you can just go whatever and throw yours in the mud and prove that your AK is going to cycle. And that gives you the upper hand. So use your wood. Everybody talks and complains about how cheap this wood is. Who cares? Use the wood. Keep it on there if you want. Use it till it wears out, breaks, whatever. And then get rid of it and get yourself some more wood if that's what you want, or move to the tactical style if that's what you want. But don't be afraid of this wood. I'll tell you right now, I'm going to try to get a close-up. If you look, I don't know, it's kind of right there. This wood broke one time when I was trying to get it off. And I just glued that piece, I glued it right back on there. And I wouldn't have any second thoughts about putting this back on my rifle and using it. Not because I have the best furniture here, but because I can run and gun with it. What's it going to hurt it? You know, you can always replace it. So that's my video about the laminate wood stock of the WASR 1063 by CAI. This is Pug Weasel. Think about it.